card with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bad body. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Welcome to iBoxingHub. If you're new to this channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, I believe it's coming home. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly, Tre. What's good?
Yes, cuz obviously big up to you and big up to the people. Obviously we're gonna do this quick roundup before the big one. So as you're in the spirit, cuz I had a feeling you was gonna be in the spirit, man. So I just thought let's have this tremendous picture from Pro Fans TV. So big up to them, man. Yeah, cuz we obviously got a great show. We had a great event. So just want to big up to Mr. Neutral in the chat. He's obviously saying big up, fam. Because before we start the show briefly, you know what we got to do. You're wearing the trackie, I'm wearing the trackie. So big up to D-Rock. We're working in association with them. So we've got the likes of Johnny Nelson endorsing the brand Legend. And we've got Joseph Parker, future legend. And also we've got Jams that's endorsing the brand for us as well. So guys, just take advantage of the discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you get 40% off. So you can get these trackies, you can get what my cousin's wearing, you can get t-shirts, shorts, whatever. It's summer, so cuz we obviously had the big one yesterday. We had the tremendous debut, you know, under Matchroom. Boots Ennis, he obviously had that big fight with David Avanesian, of course. This was a marquee fight, I would say, for the fighter, because you know he's the young buck, just signed with Matchroom as well. So big up to Eddie Hearn for getting the job done to obviously produce a great event in Philly. So also big up to David Diamante. The fight starts now. He gave us a reshare on IG, so we have to shout him out, of course, man. He's an absolute legend, especially for what he's done, you know, for the sport, man. So, cuz you've seen it. He's had his review. What is your actually, cuz before you do it, we have to. He's in the chat right now, cuz man. He obviously did the watch along yesterday. So Mr. Neutral done the live watch along, you know, with Jams, with Alex the Great, and also with Malik. And these are the guys straight from the States, man. So they're just delivering good content, cuz, man. So I just had to just throw that in before you obviously had your say.
Big up Neutral, big up Jams.
Big up Jams as well. Everyone's in the chat. Go on, cuz.
Do you know what? Yesterday was actually my first time I witnessed Boots Ennis fight. I've never watched this. I've never ever seen any of his fights before. And I must say, I was really impressed. I mean, look, last time he fought was like over a year ago, and I didn't really see any ring rust. If anything, like he pretty much, you know, he dominated. He pretty much controlled the whole fight. You know, he definitely is a world class champion. You know, I'm happy that he got the win. I mean, also big up, you know, David and what's it? Is it?
Diamante, yeah, big up to David Diamante, man. Legend ring announcement.
No, I'm talking about the opponent.
Say, cuz, man, I just saw the picture and I was thinking, no, we got big enough, of course, but David Avanesian, he came to fight.
No, do you know what? He was a good contender.
Yeah.
Where does he go where does he go now? I mean, look, he's lost to two world class. He's lost to, you know, Crawford. He's lost to Boots Ennis. Bear in mind, he's a former WBA welterweight champion. So where does he go from there? Does he retire, or is he gonna attempt again for the fourth time or third time?
Yeah, there's still fights for him. He's obviously gonna go down the pecking order in the list, man. But it's just one of those things. He took this fight on late notice. I think 5 weeks notice. But you know, fighters already. This is a good opportunity to fight in the States. So I'll give him enough credit. Carl Greaves as well, big up to him. He's obviously one of the guys in the corner. And look, cuz they gave it a go, but it was just Boots' time to shine, in my opinion. We just saw a dominant performance. Obviously, his dad did predict round 5 as well.
Yes,
And
yes.
look, we just saw the class from him. And look, Eddie Hearn from the back end, he's excited, he's happy with what he sees as well. And you saw in the post interview that he wants the big names. So both
Mm.
Ennis and Eddie Hearn are saying, look, come and get it, whoever. So they've not got specific names, but they're saying whoever. So guys, get involved in the chat. Who would you want him to fight next?
One thing I must say is, regardless of Conor Benn's situation, just avoid Boots Ennis for now. For now, because he's a problem. He's a problem. He's a problem in this division at the moment. I mean, I know he's calling out Crawford, but I don't know. You know, I'm not too sure about that one. I'm not too sure, unless he wants to move up and fight Crawford at 154. But again, we have to wait and see, because I'm just not too sure. I mean, look, unify the division, then maybe him and Crawford, they can do a little something. But at this present moment, nah.
No, definitely, cuz. And big up to Lucy in the chats as well. She's obviously tuning in all the way from the States. She's obviously saying Avenetian's good. He can't beat top guys, but most people can't beat top guys, which is true. And if Bud comes through against his fight, that's obviously coming up, Boots would be fantastic. And Bud world title. Yeah, I agree with Jamsey. I do agree with Jamsey. And also, Neutral's obviously saying big up Lucy, because it's exciting times right now. I
So,
can't even lie to you, man.
would you want Bud to come back down again?
No. So what I would personally want, so if I was, so I'm just going into my thinking hat here, man. So if I'm Eddie Hearn, I've seen what's happened, and what I'm thinking in my mind is I want him to unify the division, build up, let Crawford do what he's doing at 154, and then eventually, move up to 154. Maybe next year, who knows, to fight Crawford. So we've got names, cuz you've obviously got Staniosis. I can never pronounce his name properly, so apologies for butchering your name, but he's a tremendous prospect, and his record at the moment is 16 fights, 15 wins, 9 KOs, only one no contest. So he's obviously a contender in this as well. And also, cuz we have to, mention him as well. El Azteca. I do. He's one of my, favorite Mexican fighters by heritage out there. He's obviously the WBC champion, and a unification with both of the guys for me, makes sense right now. I know everyone in the chat's obviously getting involved. That major problem to Bud, which we agree. Will move up to 154. So that Jams is obviously agreeing. And yesterday, Teo hinted he is on his way up. So maybe in September. Ooh. So what,
I don't
Lucy?
know.
For? Ooh. So what's Lucy calling for? That's what I'm wondering. What
Because
is Lucy?
I'm going by what Eddie Hearn said. Eddie Hearn said yesterday at the post conference that the aim is to unify the division, and then eventually, fight Bud. But again, I don't know at what weight. I don't know. I can't. It'll be silly for Bud to come back down again to fight at 147 for the title, because he's done it already. If anything, if Boots unifies, he should move up and fight Bud. It just makes sense. Fight Bud and Crawford. So Spence.
No, yeah, definitely. But for me, I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I want him to unify, man. He's now defended his crown as the IBF champion. I want him to, have the fights with Staniosis and also El Azteca, because they're also champions as well. So for me, it'd be good for him to clear out the division, get these fights on, and become undisputed in his own right, so that a Crawford could be tempted to, fight him in that perspective. Because if he's achieved something big, he's like, you know what, I rate what he's done. Yeah, he deserves a fight. Because Crawford said it. Right now, he's at this point in his career where it's big fights only. And maybe he's kind of looking at things and thinking, you saw his tweet yesterday. He's obviously saying world-class fighter. my double standards be crazy, Eddie Hearn. So look, we know obviously Eddie's talking a great game. I think he's talented. I love the way he's promoting him at the moment, and you could see why Shakur Stevenson attended the event. Look at the smile on his face, man. Like this is the excitement that Eddie Hearn now has in the States, man. So I think it's a good move, and hopefully, we could see that signature done so that we could see these American fighters promoted properly. Not saying the other promoters haven't done a good job, of course, man. It's just
But
circumstances. But
what I
you know,
I want to see Eddie do with Ennis is make him fight for only world titles. So obviously defending his, because I don't. There's no point of fight this unless it's been ordered by the IBF that he's got a mandatory challenge. He has to fight a person, but fight for the titles only because look. Time is ticking, man. Time is ticking. We don't know how long Bud's going to be in the sport for because my understanding, they're trying to make him fight Canelo. Also, I don't know how true that is because again, they're trying to make Eubank Jr. fight Canelo. So I don't know what's going on there. But
yeah,
I personally think I can see Bud and Spence rematching at 154.
definitely.
I can see
No,
that happening.
I agree with you definitely. And Jams is obviously saying here, I think Boots versus Bud will be a couple years away. Yet, to be honest, it needs to be built up as one of the, yeah, which is true. No, it's true. He needs to build himself up, which I can agree with that, Jams. And he still has to fight Crowley as a mandatory. So this is good time to build him up as a fighter. I definitely think that that Crawford fight maybe in the future, not right now. Let Crawford do his thing at 154. He needs to obviously do his thing at 147 as well. Build, grow, and I think the future's bright, man. But we've seen it here. Look, he wants the big names, and look, I know it's exciting times, and you know what? As fans, we got to enjoy when fighters have their homecoming and they have a successful one. It was a good gate. I believe the numbers was pretty good as well. I think he did over 14,000 tickets, which is
Yeah,
good
yeah.
for Philly as well, good for the community. So big up to Eddie Hearn, big up to the whole of the Boots promotion, Boots himself, and I think the whole card was a tremendous card. So big up to them. They did say Biyenge, if Bud beats Madrimov August 3rd, then he moves up to 168 and challenge Canelo. It is
Yeah.
potential one. It could call for 37 in this September.
Uh,
But no,
so
he has
I,
more years left, which is it's fair.
sorry to slightly change the subject. I'm a
Mm.
bit confused on what's going on with Canelo because if they're talking about Bud and Canelo, and at the same time they're talking about Eubank and Canelo. So what is Canelo going to be challenging Bud and Eubank?
Yeah, we don't know, man. At the moment now, I think he's just weighing up his options, and we're just going to see what Canelo's going to choose at the end of the day. He's got many options. I think you were saying, or someone else was saying to us that Eubank could have a few tune-up fights before that Canelo fight. So Canelo could go ahead and fight Berlanga and have his other fight, and then after that fight, hopefully Eubanks obviously got those wins, and it can build for the big one as well. So I'm sure he's excited, and after the signing from Boxer's going to line him up with some good tune-up fights, I believe. And if that fight is to transpire, it has to happen here in the UK, man, because I want to
Course,
see El
course.
Presidente de la Mexico. We
That
need to
will
see,
be
yeah,
his first time fighting here in the UK. Because think
yeah,
about it, if Eubank fought Canelo in the States, I don't think he'll be in terms of numbers. I don't think pay-per-view wise, I don't think it'll be that big. I think it'll be more. It would do serious numbers here, especially tickets. Because obviously Canelo already, he's the face of boxing. Do you know what I mean? And obviously Eubank,
yeah.
that the name carries weight here. Do you know what I mean? So definitely pay-per-view. And wow,
We'll
just
tune in.
imagine.
We'll
Sorry,
tune in.
just imagine, right? Just imagine. Okay, remember I said imagine if Eubank does the job and beats Canelo. That means he's done something that Billy Joe Saunders couldn't do.
Yep. Yep. And guess who's in Eubank's corner? You got
Is it
Bomac.
Is it 100% confirmed that he's definitely in his corner?
I
Or we just
believe so,
assume?
man. I believe so, man. But look, if anyone knows any, just juice, just throw it in the comments. But I believe, he's still gonna maintain that relationship with Bomac, especially after that tremendous win, against Liam Smith. It was a good fight, cuz man, and we saw a focused Eubank Jr. as well. We saw what he could potentially do when he's focused, and he has the right guidance and management, of course, man. But Boxer has an August card, Lucy. Oh, he'll be headlining, no doubt, which is potential. I would have to be in the UK, bro. And yep, okay, all right. I wouldn't think he's tuning up. Yeah, yep. You know what? I think one stretch. What Neutral's saying here, pushing to do two is a bit of a stretch. One fight, tune up before that Canelo fight. I think would be good for him because he's 34, cuz man. Let's get it on, man.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Let's get
You're
it
right.
on. By this time, his dad already defended the title 19 times by his age.
Yeah,
What he is now.
yeah.
So he just
I
needs to
mean,
get that. He needs it.
him fighting Eubank fighting Canelo. Could you see that happening at the Wembley Stadium?
Ooh. Before I answer that, just gonna quickly just read what James is saying here. James is obviously saying Bomac is his trainer, but he might have to train the USA as Bomac isn't allowed in the UK as part of the release of prison. I thought it was allowed, but yeah, it's got 2 years, which makes sense. It's a stretch, stay in camp, easy tune up. Yeah, so I wouldn't mind to see Eubank in a tune up in the States or whatever, or if it's with Boxer here, do it, man. Just get him in. Get that tune-up fight in, and let Canelo do the job with Biyenge, and I think that fight could potentially happen next year. Just based on if the stars are aligned, man. Eubank winning in tremendous fashion, and then you got Canelo obviously winning, and then the negotiations just getting stronger, and I'm just hoping that we could see something. So Ben has a job here, man, but I think it is a good acquisition to have as part of the Boxer team. Just my opinion, anyway.
Well, I hope that fight happens because Junior fighting Canelo will be his biggest paycheck. Like literally his biggest paycheck in boxing. The outcome might not be the same, but he's working either way. Do you know what I mean? Fight. Yeah.
You know what? Because now I'm just looking at Mr. Neutral's comment, and also what Lucy's saying as well. I could see a Cinco de Mayo. If it's not Benavides, I could see Eubank getting that Cinco de Mayo date, Cowboy Stadium, AT&T. I think that can happen in the States, man. He's happy to do the Dragon's Den job, but personally, I would want it here in the UK, man. If that fight needs to happen, but yeah, cuz let me just throw that over to you. Cinco de Mayo, would you bring that celebration here over to the UK and try to do something here?
A bit different.
It'll be a bit. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It kind of takes the sting off the. So I wouldn't mind Eubank going over to fighting.
You're breaking up. I think you're frozen. Sorry, guys. Technical issues. Trey will be back soon. What was I saying? Cinco de Mayo, Eubank fighting Canelo in Mexico. It'd be a good experience.
Yep.
But as a fan, I just think because Canelo's the face of boxing, I believe he's never fought outside of the UK, apart from Mexico and America. It would be nice for him to come here and fight here. It'd just be something different. Because bear in mind, he's got a big fan base here in the UK.
No, you're all right. I can't even lie to you because you're spitting facts right now, man. I agree with you. I think it is a fight that needs to happen here. And I'm just hoping that, will Canelo have all his belts? Would he be defending? Even even if Canelo was defending 2 of the belts, cuz I wouldn't even mind that, man. Just for Eubank
No,
to
but
just have another
all of the
opportunity.
belts, all of the belts will be online. If he, because my understanding, ain't he vacate one belt?
Guys, get involved. This whole Canelo situation keeps changing
Okay, so
constantly.
let's just say if he's defended a belt, it'll be for all of the belts. So yeah, I mean, look, what a way. If for all the doubters, if Eubank was to pull it off, yeah, and beats Canelo and becomes, you know, the unified or undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, wow, that's a story. That is what a way to retire from boxing. Do you know what I mean? Like jackpot, jackpot. Think about it,
Yeah.
just deep it. Look, I know, you know, I say imagine blah 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 because end of the day it's boxing, anything's possible in boxing. But just imagine he's done something that Billy Joe Saunders couldn't do, you know, because I know them two, they've got, you know, unfinished business, but I don't
Yeah.
think we will ever see that rematch.
Oh,
Well, I don't know, but yeah.
maybe catch weight.
Mm.
Catch weight. You know, you never know. It could possibly happen in the future,
But
especially
you know what it is? Catch weight, it
if
just won't
you
be the
can get
same,
the
man. That's
job.
the thing. It won't be the same. It
Oh,
just feels
you
like
want it for a
one
title?
person. Sorry?
You would want it for a title, innit, that fight?
No. I'm saying like if Billy Joe Saunders was to fight Eubank Jr., I wouldn't want it at catch weight. I would want it, if anything, 168. You know, make it fair because I think at catch weight, you know, one's got an advantage.
Yeah, it's true. Because the way I'm just kind of thinking about it as well is because you got Eubank who's campaigning at 160, 168 if he fights Canelo, whereas you've got
Mm,
Billy Joel who's moving up to 175, I believe, at some point. So
mm,
you know, there needs to be some sort of balance there. If look, it's just all ifs, buts, of course, man. But Jams is obviously making a good point here. If it's a Cinco de Mayo, it needs to be in MGM Grand, man. I definitely agree. And also, Lucy's
mm.
confirming that the belts haven't been vacated yet. But look, if he
Right.
fights, it could be stripped at that point. And that's why I was saying I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind it, even if it's for a
Yeah.
title or whatever. Like, I'll love it, man. And Turkey wants Canelo on that card. Ooh, so look, it's potential, man. It could happen. It can happen, man. So, um, I'm just excited, man. But cause we kind of steered away from, you know, we got to give him his limelight, man. I
Boots.
think, yeah, Boots. I
Yeah.
think
Course.
that
Course. Course.
the
I
performance
just
was truly, truly,
I
truly.
wanted to ask you a question regarding Boots fighting the likes of Marius Barris. Do you think that's going to be an easy fight or a challenging one for both of them actually?
Yeah, I think it will be a very, very good fight. Of course, it'll be a good test for Boots Ennis. Ella Stecker loves to fight. He'll come to fight. He's an honorable warrior. You know, he's got that Mexican heart. They call him Ella Stecker for a reason as well. But I do see Boots, you know, just being a little bit more skillful, got a little bit more power. I don't think
Mm,
he'll take him out as quick as what he did with Avanesian, obviously, yesterday. But I could see, look, a potential late stoppage, man, because I can't lie, because this kid, you know, Boots Ennis, man, he carries proper power. And I don't know if you kind of realized yesterday that he was having fun, but also
mm,
he didn't respect Avanesian's power as well. He was in the inside with him. He was walking him down. He was laying him with them shots, breaking him down. It wasn't even his best performance from what he's saying, cuz. So you didn't even
mm,
see
mm.
one of his best performances, but he did what he needed to do to get the victory, and he did it in tremendous fashion as well. So this is why it's going to be very interesting to see what Eddie Hearn does with him, man. And what's Eddie Hearn going to do with Shakur? Is he going to sign Shakur? But that's obviously going to be a topic for another day. Of course, we've got the big one. Of course, you know, England are playing. We've got the whole of the troops here. I'm sure rallying, you know, England, you know, to victory. So, guys, I know you're obviously supporting England. What do you think the scores is going to be before we obviously
Ooh,
wrap up?
2-1.
2
2-1
1,
or
2
3-2.
1. Guys, get involved. Get involved. I know, Luke, get involved. What do you think? What do you think? What's the score's going to be? What's the score's going to be? But, cuz, before we obviously wrap up, is there anything you... Oh, we've got 2-1 Harry Kane. Is there anything you kind of wanted us to discuss just before we obviously sign off before the game? Or there was
No,
Spain, Mr.
no.
Neutral.
We've just got we've got Jake Paul fighting next week.
Jake Paul, yeah.
Fight next
Jake
week, yeah.
Paul. Yeah.
And quite frankly, I'm actually looking forward to Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson in November.
What, is that definitely happening, yeah?
My understanding, yes, it is, yes.
Okay. No, yeah, if it's happening, it's happening, man. It's not something that I'll be biting my nails off to wait for. But, yeah, it's a fight, of course, man. But it would be interesting to see what happens with Shakur Stevenson as well. I know a lot of people, not really big fans of him, call him Tweeterson, but I do love, he's a talented boxer, and it was good to see what Eddie Hearn did with Boots Ennis. So that's kind of.
Do you know what? I think so. It's quite there. I think if Shakur's gonna go with Eddie, then I think the next opponent that they should make him fight. Not that I feel that he deserves a title shot, but give it to him anyway. Kambosos. From there, we can pretty much judge on what level he's at, because I believe Shakur is a good superstar. So he can be a potential superstar, but there's just something there. I don't know. Maybe it's the opponents that he's fighting. They're just not really giving him that itch. So maybe if there's somebody who's actually willing to put it on him, then we can see something special.
No, definitely. Look, Neutral's obviously got the name Shaq Too Smooth Stevenson. So look, love him or hate him, you gotta respect his ability in the ring, and we just need to see proper challenges. And I know Eddie Hearn's gonna get that out of him if he does sign him, but because obviously coming up to
this is a Kambosos.
no, yeah, because look, I know where she's going at, because I'm thinking in my mind, I won't give him that opportunity, man. But it is what it is. So let's have it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, look, the big one. You got England v Spain. Yeah, hopefully it comes home. If it doesn't, then it is what it is.
It happens anyway. Obviously, yeah. I'm not really confident. Let's see what happens with England, man. Spain. Yeah. Spain are a very, very good team, cuz, man. I can't even lie. They've got young players that can do a job, man. But yeah, may the best team win. But big up to the community, big up to the people. Thank you so much for tuning in for this last minute show before the game. And cuz, send us off.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. We're back here on Wednesday. Remember to keep sharing, liking, commenting, and have a lovely, productive week. Peace and love.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my scars with a sweet one.